So I am going live broadcast. Oh man, something was trying to stop me today. I first went to Instagram, kept having this connection problem. Then I went to Facebook, same problem. Now I'm here. Hopefully it's gonna shiwaka, yeah. I must see it. So we are going to be talking about this preparation, this awareness. You know, you become aware of who you are inside yourself. It's an awakening. It's your spirituality. And I'm going to be greeting my holy vatos in the house. Live on Christos Avatar. You are part of that code. Connor Sides Bowen, Machiwa, yeah. Mokoya, Estera 7040, greetings, Holy One, Makoyas, yeah. Nixo, what's up, Vato Loco? Machiwa gang, Candace in the house, shining light. Thank you so much for standing your light, Holy One. Yeah. And we're enjoying your chat in our Christos forum. Thank you, Holy One. Sinister Trek. Yeah. Aren't you feeling pumped? Yes, of course. Time and time. Lomas. Hello, greetings, peace, and love. All right. Welcome, welcome, Holy One. Glad to have you. Yes. Thank you for shining or sharing your space. I am of always shining light, right? Sunny Mark. All right, finally I catch a live. Greetings, Holy Ones. Oh my gosh. Alichka. Privyet, Holy One. Kuche, must respect. I don't know why that does that. Sorry, Candace. Alcyon, all right, Holy Ones. Yeah, more love. Look at that. Positive vibes going into this realization. Are you having a realization? Are you awakening? Are you feeling more happier in your day? You know, when you start changing and transmuting negative thoughts in your day to positive thoughts, it is possible. No one can make you upset or angry, Holy One, except for yourself. You agreed. You're the one who became angry. Are you not in control of your own self? Or are you saying someone else is in control of you? So you are God's sovereign being. So you cannot point your finger at anyone, Holy Ones. Hachiwa. A lot of us are healing karma. A lot of us are awakening. Okay? To this brilliance, to this light that we call 12th dimensional consciousness, aka Christ consciousness. It's a unity, you know, where everyone is one, not just some, not that are better, or, you know, these are the people who judge. These are the people who use authority, who use control systems, manipulation. It's not you would call transparent. You're not seeing the truth behind these beings. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. Positive vibes only. Maybe I was meant to not connect to Instagram. Maybe I was meant to not connect to Facebook. And it brought me right to you, Vato Locos. Yeah. Some of you did that, right? You come on, he's coming. That's why I'm late, you guys, because I was intending to go there, and then what's going on, right? Zenvobia, what are your thoughts on prayer? Good question, Holy Ones. Now, we talk about gods here and creator gods and myths and stories, but prayer, which is your connection, yes, we connect. We connect to our parts, our higher selves. You can call it God. In our system, we call it our, it's say different identities. Okay, even the angels and archangels are technically souls, oversouls, avatars, and then that is matter forms. Okay? After that, it's just pure consciousness and these eternal collectives. So there's more than just, you would say, hell, earth, and heaven. What some people would say, inner earth, middle earth, and wow, that higher world. You know, it's like different perspectives and different periods of time. So we're bringing you the guardian point of view. And so our point of view about prayer, you would say, I say, oh, you're communicating to yourselves. Because the first big difference between religion and this type of spirituality is your identity of God. You have a different definition. We have one other definition, which is a universal God. Excuse me. So we recognize law of one, which says all are God, all are one. It doesn't look like we're all godlike. Of course, down here, it's a distortion of a distortion of a distortion of God, the original form. Okay, there was a beginning form, there was the original form. It came in from unmanifest form. A being with no body became in flesh into a body. That all that whole reality fields are all created by the same being. All these reality fields, all these identities and distortions of identity are the one. It's all within God. You cannot be outside of God. So when you pray, you're praying to God, another higher aspect of yourself, which you're all God. But when we say higher, we mean like more awareness. Like we go on a spiritual path, we start to have psychic abilities. It's undeniable. So we awaken more identity, okay, more realization, more comprehension of God, of what is God. You're always God. You're always part of God, but you realize the nature of the hologram system, a multi-dimensional. You think way beyond a hell, a earth, and a higher earth or heaven. No, there's atomic life and smaller, and then there's plant life, and then there's more evolved animal life, and then there's more evolved hominid human life, and then there's more evolved astral life, archetype, celestial, angelic, archangelic, which is all what? Consciousness. These are identities. You die, you believe in, some of you believe you go to heaven or hell, some believe in reincarnation. Hello? So we go through this process, through these levels, beyond heaven, beyond these other perceptions, because this is not, so when we pray, what are we doing in the guardian? As a guardian, you're connecting to your higher parts of God, your part. See, it's the same distortion with Reiki, honey. I've heard it more than once. Reiki tells you the power is coming outside yourself. No, it's not. And it doesn't mean ego either. Ego is part of you, not your full expansion. So you are like going beyond this identity. And when you start developing, once again, those psychic centers, okay, you are opening your connection to God more. You're not better intrinsically. You are simply more. Oh, wait, now I'm getting a connection issue. Sorry, guys, this is going to happen every once in a while. You connect to God, or you start to realize more and more, dude, I am God. Not from an ego. It's from that awakened realization. Not some distortion that God's outside yourself, honey. That's always been one of the first things those angelics will convince you of. God is not outside yourself. God is right here. And when we pray, oh wow, you become aware. Some of you are becoming aware of your astral self. Some of you are becoming aware, your fifth strand, your fifth chakra, spirit, truth, the blue ray. This is green ray. Most humans are on red, orange, and yellow ray, which is what? A mixture of it's the color of fall. The season. where things are turning brown. It's a brown consciousness. When you mix red, some of you painters, right? You artists, you mix red with orange and yellow. What do you get? Like dirty brown consciousness. So this is a distortion of the original higher aspects of yourself that you're praying to. So we are praying to, what we use is the word you're just simply connecting to. You go into this relaxed stillness. You become mindful until it's automatic of your breath. Your consciousness, first of all, scientifically, your brain waves are doing this. Watch. The farther you go into sleep, see, you naturally change consciousness. Oh, you take some herb to change your consciousness. People think that something's wrong. Honey, it's consciousness. This whole thing's a hologram. And we show you the multidimensional system. When we pray, this will be ending the answer to your question. When we pray, we're connecting to those higher aspects, and we learn from this information. Our higher aspects are way up there, and if I'm going to choose one of those higher aspects to pray to communicate to, which are myself, not outside myself, not a spirit. Okay, so you connect to that aspect of yourself that you're aware of, and we're bringing in that Christ consciousness. We're bringing in that which is explained as a 12th dimensional consciousness. Okay, man, we're talking about yellow ray. Well, 12th dimensional consciousness is okay, here's yellow, green ray, blue ray, indigo ray, violet ray, gold ray, which is diagonal. This is diagonal silver ray. Dark blue, you can say blue black. Dark silver, you can say silver black. Below your feet, 6 inches below your feet, is the Christ star. Okay, which is pure white. Which isn't the highest ray. Understand, you go to, after 12th is 13th dimension, is pale turquoise, the blue flame, the emerald order. So the turquoise is 13th dimension, it's in the middle. This is your chakra, honey. One of them is in the middle of Earth. So you used to seeing the six-pointed star of David, the six-pointed star, in pale turquoise in the middle of Earth. You want to connect to that consciousness, well, now you know where it's at, and you use the symbol of this. We use this is our sacred symbol, is the six-pointed star, and what you're doing is changing the colors. So now we usually use Maharata. We got some connection issue. We usually use the Maharata color, which is chrome color, like liquid. It's called liquid light. This is when you take pure white, 12th dimensional, and remember the 11th dimension is dark silver. So you take those two colors. I'd say dark gray. I like to say dark gray because I can imagine gray. If you say the word silver, then you might have a different idea. So I use the word gray, dark gray. So not regular gray, a dark gray, mixed with a pure white. 12th plus the 12th dimension plus the 11th dimension. Mixed together, make this chrome color. If you did this on paintbrush, like again, oil painting, you mix some pure white with some dark, well, first you have to make dark silver. And then you mix that dark silver with pure white, and then you're going to get this freaking Maharata. This is an ancient secret, not always secret, obviously, during Ascension. This is mystery stuff, kind of stuff, like secret mysteries that were, like you would say, how the dark illuminated ones, I'm not going to say their name. The dark illuminated ones have their codes and symbols. Well, the Guardians are using the six-pointed Star of David, which is a geometry, a sacred geometry. It's not something man-made, or it's not something only for Hebrews. They chose that symbol. So it's sacred geometry. It's two triangles, which inside themselves are what you call sacred geometry. So a triangle and two triangles, and you just move them together, like one's upside down, the feminine triangle, that's a triangle, and then the male triangle, look, that's two triangles, that makes a six-pointed star. It's two sacred geometries. You first, as a beginner, you first connect to the two-dimensional six-pointed star. Okay, two-dimensional. When you start getting used to running that code, that color, the Maharata color, pale silver, pure white with dark silver, is the chrome star, the Christ star, the 12th dimensional current, baby, mixed with the 11th dimension. We are connecting to that. To me, you see, this is 12th dimensional particle universe and 11th dimensional antiparticle universe. So you're connecting 24. To me, that's 24 strand. 12 on this, on the particle, the 12 on an antiparticle. That's an Orapheme. Orapheme is an angel. It's a being that's one of the beings that are part of the higher genetics of humans. Excuse me. We come from that. This is our heritage, baby. It came from the holy Elohai Elohim. Holy Elohai Elohim. Okay, this is one of the solar rishi. The pale turquoise is Elohai. Pale yellow, gold, the seraphi, seraphim. Okay, the fallen, there is, you want to say there's no fallen violet flame, but there must be a few races, right? Because there is. But generally speaking, most of this angelic war is happening between the Elohai, Elohim, seraphi, seraphim. Okay, so these beings who are Elohai, blue flame, some of them use their free will, which is a very, very important topic to understand when trying to understand the guardian information. This perspective, not religion. We respect all religions. We're law of one. We love all. But the religions won't. They are chosen ones, or they have special ones, special race. Oh, you're a Gentile, or you're a Jew, or you're something. It's like discrimination in there. Plus you have an angry, hateful God. Wow, what's wrong going on there? We're love, unconditional love and light, and we resonate with this holy order, the Elohai. Okay? Part of them fell. Okay? Those became Elohim. Specifically, Anu Elohim. Okay? They were originally an Elohai race because the Elohai created two races. The Anuhazi, feline hominid race, which is the 12-strand Christos race. And then we have the Anu, like a sister race, but 11-dimensional. And this is a part violet flame. So it's a hybrid between blue flame, violet flame, but it's still part of the emerald order, Elohai, holy Elohai, and this holy being man. This holy being, Anu Elohim, Anunnaki, Jehovah, Jehovani, Yahweh. Okay, nice name, huh? And wow, all kinds of creatures and things below that. Plus you got the lizard creatures and things and reptiles in there. There is the dragons. So you got different flavors of wickedness, including those beetle beings, creatures, necromatons. Yes, those creatures and their necromancy, getting all excited over dead bodies and stuff. Okay, what else are they known for in that satanic Bible? Yes, there's Satan and there's Lucifer. They're two different beings, honey. You understand? These gangsters, competing fallen angelic races at war. Holy Elohai, Elohim, Seraphi, Seraphim. These angels, these races of beings are fighting amongst each other for power, for dominance. Okay? And don't be so egocentric. It's not just the earth. You think you're the only ones. Some of you think the whole universe is surrounded around earth. No. Okay? You know these other races? There's different races. Where are they coming from? They're different. Different everything. Where are they coming from? Different worlds. Other planets. Other dimensions of reality. There's many levels of God. Hello. You learn this Templar. Holy ones. Yeah. Siwasu. Rock and roll, baby. Spiritual gangsters. The good kind, vatos. Like a posse. Like a sheriff posse, man. What are you gonna do without that security guardians? You guys, this is a peaceful awakening. We use consciousness, not N-O-T capitalized, not guns and nukes and bullets. That's the wrong order, but you know what I mean. Laser beams. Okay, biologicals. No. We do this through consciousness. There is no violence in consciousness. You vibe high or keep falling angelic. Cause you are dark in here. Wow. That's got some source. You're aligned with some agenda. Maybe you're comfortable with that. Well, that's your creed, honey. Machiwa. You guys can pray. You can do whatever you want. I love you. Machiwa. Connect to your higher selves, vatos. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. Sending out a hug to all Machiwa. Woohoo! I'll try not to whack my head with this stick, man. It's an attachment. I'm aware of it, like you would your limb. Nixo, Isabel, Vatos Locos. Woo! Yeah! We gotta get some t-shirts going. That's one of the first things I got to do. Machiwa. Christ consciousness on the back or front. Okay, oh, you guys, honestly, I have people asking me now. A lot of people are asking me now, what is Machiwa? Let's talk about that for a moment. Haikewasu. Machacha e hakai. Ayu aintayu maxi. Vastanyama tatatotuais. Havasama I papapanchi. Saikainoa. I love you, my Vato Locos. You feel, man, you're gonna have your own enlightenment, your own, like, supernatural experience. You will have this realization, communication, this vibration, man. You feel like buzzing. You feel like, whoa, what is this? Shit, my core. When you see Christ Star, man, I see like this. It's like, imagine you're in 3D energy system, consciousness, biology, and then you realize Christ consciousness is way up here, man, and this power of this Merkaba. That's what a six-pointed star is. Look at the shape of a six-pointed star. That is a vortex. That is a gateway, a stargate called a Merkaba field. Sacred spiritual science, Vatos. Color, light, sound, energy, symbol code, like a star, okay? And you're running this in your consciousness, in your chakra system, your holy Templar. Because realize, holy ones, these are the keys to the kingdom. You're at 3D, most humans, right here in the solar plexus, what we know as the reasoning mind, the ego. Okay, they're not aware of the higher centers. And there's a physical reason why, because of their DNA. And there's this, you would say, kind of like, wow, incredible thing going on with the indigo children. Because the indigo children are ETs, but positive ETs. They're supposed to be. Because, you got some of you joining the dark side. But we have this, or some of you are just sleeping, not awakening. But look at you, you're looking at something like Christos Avatar, or our teacher, Ashiana Dean. Check her out. This information is got a lifetime of work behind it. You want some facts or documents? There you go. Not you. Ashiana Dean, Voyagers, Part 1 or 2. Check it out, man. Oh, cool. Yeah. And you guys know, all of you who are sharing posts, sharing videos, or because maybe you just feel so overwhelmed with this information, you want to, have others out there. There's so much darkness out there that we have to counter that, like peacefully, because we're doing our stuff with love. Like we're driven, man. We're driven to bring this knowledge of Christ consciousness in this earth because it's needed. It is Christ consciousness that will trump this dark avatars, because that's what we're dealing with. And those are 11-dimensional Anunnaki and the chromatons. The dragons, the reptilians are coming out of this 10th dimension. This is their DNA. Understand, that has a cap. They don't ascend. They're in a fallen state of consciousness. You guys don't realize the physics of this, the phantom. The physics of the phantom is it's finite. They have to vampire. They have to consume, sacrifice. They are into fear and guilt and subservience and worship. This is the holy in your world, apparently. You like a wrathful God, angry God. I hate you, Israel. You create, give them free will, but desolation, man. Hello, energy, baby. Feel that, and wilt. Feel that consciousness and wilt. Makaya. So we recognize light as joy, love, consciousness, no judgment. None. Imagine life. Imagine this world without judgment. Visualize it. Think about it. If no one was judging anything, if nothing what you wear or do or believe, no judgment. OMG. Oh my great God. That would be a law of one civilization. You would eventually come into immortality, and you would be going into a whole nother level in your science and your spirituality and your transformation. Okay, Ascension is a real thing, you guys. And there's a few speakers out here talking, because there's a lot of fake ones, a lot of false teachers, a lot of false prophets, whatever you want to call them. Okay? They teach you distorted versions. You know what the great thing about a Christ are, a law of one concept, thought process is, wow, you can catch a lot of bullshit when you start resonating with this energy. You see darkness trying to trick you. You see Anunnaki and reptilians convincing you that they are your creator God. Not everybody. You call bullshit. You don't have to say that to people in public. You can just say, I don't think so, honey. I respect your beliefs. I have my own. Thank you. I love you. Peace to you and your day. You don't go follow this anger, guilt, repent path. You're not treating people that way. You're not talking that way. You're certainly not thinking that way. It's a whole different person. There's no comparison. Children would naturally be playful and always laughing and always just gleeful and no concerns or worries. That is a natural state. That is where God exists. God exists everywhere. See, I make a mistake, sorry. God is everywhere. But that is where you feel that love part of God. You feel that. You want that. You want to return to that. And you will. Those of you shining this character, this integrity, this grace, this mindfulness. Okay? It's a gift. And it's yours to reclaim. Because you've been denied mostly by yourself. But you can change that, baby. Well, cool, yeah. Because you have this light. You have this thoughts. You know, you have some connection to that brilliance. You reach for the divine. You want to feel it. You want to remember. It's a journey, holy ones. It's a blessed journey. It may not be easy. It might even be painful or sad. But you will shine. You will bring this healing upon yourself, and you will be this release. You will release this pain, Holy One. Release this guilt, this shame. Do not despair, Koya. Because you are never alone. You are loved. You are held. You are beloved. Mokoye. Creator does not deny you. Creator would not sacrifice you. Understand, Holy One. It is love. At the end of the day, at the end of the wakana, it's about love. Unconditional divine love, and it radiates. It is a brilliance you feel in your biofields, man. In your chakra. It's called your biofield, your auric field, your consciousness, your timelines in there. You move your hand like this. You are going past the first dimensional ray, the orange ray, the yellow ray. Push your hand out farther, Holy One. This is your consciousness. This space is all a hologram, a projection. You perceive to go move through light. It's perceived as space and time. It's a field for consciousness to come in and experience it. You're a player. You're an ascended master playing down in this hologram. It's a nice game. Understand? And it is like a connection. Like, this being is probably, imagine this movie Total Recall. This guy, Total Recall, he has to sit in a chair and be tapped to his brain and stuff and have some wires and connections and whoa. And then he's in another world. Or maybe it's more personal and you just have a device you just put over your head and now you go into a world? What is this? If you're not this body, but you feel physical, but your mind you can't grab, but it's another vibration. And it's separate from this. Well, nothing's ever separate. See, I make another mistake. It's not perceived. You sometimes you don't perceive. This one does. It perceives you. You don't perceive it. Mokoye. And some of you do. You open. Hi. Hello. Mokwa. You experience, man. It's not belief. It's not just in your head. You see other people. Did you see their stories? Look at their stories. You guys have stories. You know what's up. You know there's something to angels and demons and all this stuff. You know, what are those creatures and things out there? Are angels real? Yes. All these beings have free will. You know, if you are trying to go against someone's free will, this is the dark side. Wow, is that hard to understand? You're like you hurt someone, you harm someone, you're trying to take from someone. You know that's wrong, not right, not angelic, not guardian, not love. It's the opposite. Christos, anti-Christos, false creed. Okay? This is indigo children, law of one, inner Christos, inner Christ, not outside yourself, inside yourself. there's some things I won't talk about because it'll probably upset some people, so we don't go there. But realize that we are bringing truth, and it's not all pleasant. But it's important to know what this drama is, what you're involved in really, and learn this information. It speaks for itself. Honestly, I don't even have to convince you guys, and I'm not trying to. See, we approach this with love and no judgment. That is the guardian way. Okay, so we are trying our best all the time. It's a constant battle, right? Because we're in a spiritual war. Even in ordinary life, you're going to have war. I mean, you don't have to see it that way. I'm just saying you're going to have something trying to pull down your light. You keep shining it. You become a master of this Christ consciousness. You embody it. You embody it in your thoughts, man. And it just comes natural after that point. By that point, you just, it's like you bouncing bullets off like Neo. Like Neo, stop the bullets. We're not talking about, X-Men, maybe superhero in 3D Earth. But surely you're going to evolve to that. You get out of this limited consciousness that we talked about. Brown consciousness. Like mucky brown, dirty brown. Like it should be nice and pretty. Like red, orange, yellow. Clearly. You have balanced chakra, honey? What's up, Bato Locos? Yeah! Sorry. Mokoye. Masutas. It's joy. I feel good. Do you? Yes, I know some of you do, man. Candace, wow, Defo, an angel baby wolf. Whoa. Felix, embody it in thoughts and more importantly, embody it in action. You said it, Felix. Yeah. You're very welcome. Miss Horror talking in. Candace, got voodooed with a heart attack. Whoa. It made your heart stronger. Remember what Obi-Wan said to, then the dark Anakin? Well, he said, Vader, you may strike me down, but I will be more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Wachiwo. Sika Machi. You see some of that stuff? Jedis and stuff? That shit is real, you guys. Maybe not to the common person, but realize in those type of people who practice those ways, man, it's freaking undeniable. Just like, how Harry Potter, they call them, the non-magical folks, they call them mudbloods, or what do they call them? Something like that. Moguls or Morgals, but there was another word they used against Hermione, remember, and that made her all upset because she doesn't have magical parents, but she's magical. So maybe her grandma, I don't know. But there's a hint in there. You don't call it special or chosen, okay? You got to get rid of that out of your energies, you guys. I don't say you gotta. Sorry, that's I'm trying to improve too. It would be great, beneficial if you did that. Beneficial, that's the better word, right? Muggles, yeah, you said it, Nixo. Mudbloods, yeah. Sonny Merc, yeah. That was Malfoy, right? He called that to permit. Well, that was like part 2, maybe. Yeah, part 2, he started becoming a real a-hole, right? And then he said that to her in the bookstore, so. Unkillable and invincible. All right. That's a good manifestation, man. For real. That's the shizzle dizzle. Spell that 3 times. Not copy paste. Some of you are going to do that in chat, right? Draco Malfoy. Yeah. That's like someone who spent a lot of time in World of Warcraft on the character creation screen. What's the best name? Man, I went through so much time making up the name. It was so important to me. And when someone took your idea, you have to find a special character that looks like this letter, sort of, and still look like spelling your name right. Lucius. Or Lucius. Johnny Marine, welcome, Holy One. Religion is man-made, Jesus is God-made. There we go. Religion is man's attempt to reach up to God's. Well, remember, from our teachings, all are God already. So, his own self-righteous works, Christ is God. Christ is God too. All of us are God, reaching down through his own infinite works. We're all infinite. This is all a hologram. We think we age and die. Nothing dies. It only transmutes. You know, the spirit world, your body decays, and your consciousness, which is this whole life you've been thinking, there you go. You're thinking, that's consciousness. Hello, energy. Energy, we call psychic people, meditating people, Hindus, all that. We talk about this energy. Wow, this energy is real. It's actual energy you run, and it's actual energy that is consciousness. It is alive. It is awareness. So that's the thing you realize as a spiritual light worker. You know, we call them light workers nowadays, or empaths, or people like indigo children. We're coming in with these practices, these teachings, these sacred teachings, man, that we're bringing. They're not always available because it gets so distorted. The religions get so distorted by these dark beings. They've taken thousands of years since Atlantis, man. That was 25,000 years ago. So we learn this heritage because it's important in modern day times of this history that we have with these creatures and beings. You can call demons or fallen angels. Come on! You have to become aware. Like, there I go again saying you have to. Sorry. It's important to become aware of this, holy ones. If you don't see spiritual warfare in manifest form, if you don't see dark energy in the world, you don't think there's dark things happening, and when there's a bunch of dark things happening, where do you think this is going? Do you see a great awakening, a great awareness? If you wanted to count them. You would say it's probably millions, not billions, not half of that, not a third of that, not a 20th of that. You know, a very small fraction. Get real with the numbers, with the conscious numbers. What's being manifest in the world? Look what's being manifest in the world. Don't live your life in fear, because that's the worst thing that you can do. And live your life in guilt. Don't live in these curses upon yourself. It's a back voodoo spell you putting on yourself. I am a sinner. Okay, I guess you are now. So, wow. Why'd you put that on yourself? Okay, you know, you start to think about a hypnotizer who's trying to hypnotize you. Look, and yes, you are. Okay, they use this. This is their way. Okay, you have light and darkness. It's real. You don't see it. Someone shouldn't have to explain to you, remind you what is God. If you're so separate from, well, you're never separate, there I go again. When you become so when you forget and deny God, there we go. When you forget and deny Christ consciousness, you know, because you know that's your potential. We're not acting and behaving like it, but we're bringing it in now. Never, you know, too late to never know. It's not too late. Hello, come on. You can transmute, you can change. You can get on this, you can feel this. Whoa, I want to heal. Yes, let's heal. Let's become aware. Let's let go of those old paradigms, dude, that were angry and hateful and wrathful, okay? Damn. That's old energy. Now it's awakening, happiness, not all of this guilt and shame and fear. Wow, you become a whole different creature. You remove that from your life, it is liberation, man. You know, this is emotion. It is like, whoa. It's like taking some chains, and you're like the Incredible Hulk. You break them with your consciousness, exploding in realization. Okay, you become alive maybe for the first time in a long time. You're like coming out of the crypt. It's the light is so it hurts at first, but you are coming out of the darkness. You are coming out of the darkness, man. Coming into this light. It's so strong, it's so warm, it's so bright, it's so loving, it's this energy, it's this love, it's this komochi sumataya. It's a certainty. It's undeniable. Not faith, not hope. It's just, it's wakuma. Transformation, you can call it enlightenment, you can call it your higher self. It's your potential vato locals. Yeah. You are spiritual badasses. Maybe you don't behave like it all the time, but you're like coming out of that cocoon. You want to come into this new consciousness, man. This Christ consciousness is this new idea, a new spirit in the world. Rising star, that star again, Christ star. Say it with me 3 times, Vato Locos. I am Christ star. I am Christ star. I am Christ star. It's a nice amulet, talisman, nice realization there. You're pulling in some more code, and it helps to visualize it. I described it enough times. We even put pictures on our Christos chat and to show you what it's supposed to look like. So you can get the right connection. You don't want a different color, because the color, vibration, consciousness, and you start putting intention in that color, you start putting your realization, and it's off the compass. That's why you want the accurate representation, which is the best example, which because it's very bright and very colorful, is liquid mercury. If you look at liquid mercury, look what it looks like. Okay? So this is a very powerful thing you can do. You're going to learn to use this same Maharata color. That's what we say in Lyran, the ancient Anuhazi language. Okay? If there's these higher starseed races, well, some of them came first before us. So the first language was Anuhazi. The first ever. So there had to have been the first, because first come in is the Elohai, holy Elohai. We talked about them earlier tonight. The holy Elohai were first cause light. They represent the blue light, the blue flame. It's more like pale turquoise, like I said earlier. It's actually also called the emerald light, or a color. And so because they're the blue flame, emerald light, they're called the emerald order. So when you talk about Elohai, you can also call them by emerald order. The emerald order people, the blue flame people, okay? This is the holy Rishi. A Rishi is a collective consciousness that came in from ascended mastery. That is what was projected into the hologram of matter. Okay, so the holy Elohai projected itself. The ascended masters did, there's levels, 3 levels of that. There's that sacred number again. A cosmic trinity. This is the universal trinity, but before them was the cosmic trinity, and that was the Grandianus, Vachianus. Okay, we have different levels of consciousness all the way down to the Rishi. The holy Grandianus project themselves into a hologram. They go into the reality field, a 15-dimensional matrix, 15 dimensions of consciousness, of experience, of spiritual voyage. Okay, so these beings first came in the holy Elohai. Out of the Elohai came the gold flame, the cold sphere, smaller. I know that we have to have a new diagram that's three-dimensional, because you have to go inside and go out. It's weird, right? You need an animation that takes you from here and, because Elohai is first, even so it's 13 dimension, 14 dimension, 13 dimension. But on the diagrams, Ashiana has put the opposite, like 13, 14, 15. So it's kind of confusing because you're actually, if this is a bigger sphere, how is the, it's the bigger sphere. You can go 13, 15, no, 14, 15, and then, wow. So you have like all of this conscious, you have to visualize it. You have to go through it. No one can teach you some of the stuff. You have to actually explore consciousness. Are you? What does that mean, explore consciousness? Wow, you start learning about visualization techniques. You start learning about meditation. In meditation, where you're peaceful and still in your mind, and you start to see, like, at the beginning, use earplugs. Put those, not cheap foam ones. Come on, get rid of that. What are you doing? Use one of those silicone ones. Come on. A comfortable one. I've seen those stupid ones that are shaped like, what? What is that? It's not going to go in my ear? Come on. I get the regular little rubber ones. I mean, they're not rubber, but silicone. And it's noise canceling. And then wear a blindfold. You look weird. It looks like a bra on your face, but it's just a blindfold on your face. And you can't see no light. And you can't hear nothing. And you're in a still, quiet place in your consciousness. Do they teach us in your religion? Okay, you're becoming aware of these things again. In this ages, so many people are learning meditation and yoga and all this. Wow. So it's a spiritual awakening. You're learning these sciences on arts of consciousness because you're a conscious being. You're a spirit having a human experience. Don't identify with the body. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. You don't want to identify with the body. You want to identify with what you are. It's energy, it's spirit, it's consciousness. Okay? It's divine. It's coming all the way up from the top, going to the bottom, not from the bottom to the top. Okay? How do you figure that one? So, it came from the top down to the bottom. You fall in angelic, fall down, fall. Oh, back to God. Recycle. Fall, no, go up. You found yourself in 3D. Well, go up now. Ascend up in your consciousness. Awaken yourself, holy ones. Find that Christ star. Come out of that dungeon, man. Come out of that prison planet. Come on. Yes. Come on. I love you, Vato Locos. Unconditionally. Much respects to you. Blessings from the Guardians, man. Well, Chihuahua. There's 25 billion, you would say, star leagues in the Interdimensional Association of Free Worlds. 25 billion different races. You thought Star Wars had a bunch of races, man. 25 billion. There's 10 million star leagues in the galactic, the Guardian Alliance. So that's a lot smaller number, but this is what we deal with on Earth level, density 1. The Galactic Alliance. Sorry, that was my bad. Guardian, I see, I hesitated for a moment. Guardian Alliance. And we have this false Galactic Federation. What the F? So, Guardian Alliance. Versus, not versus like we're going to go against you. No, they're the ones against us. So it's a Galactic Federation versus Guardian Alliance. Who defend, who guard These beings don't. What are you doing? So we talk about them, and it's from the guardian point of view. A lot of you are channelers, though, and channeling from these beings. Think about it from a fallen angelic point of view. If you can come down to Earth somehow in the psychic abilities they have, oh wow, we're going to go down and do what? We're going to go down, they're in the holograms, some of them, most of them aren't aware of it either. They're fallen from their consciousness. They don't think from that God level anymore, that it's all God, but you know, that aware level of its higher parts. It forgot its higher parts. You keep falling, you keep forgetting, and lower and farther and separate, more separate you think in your mind. In your energy you feel less awareness, less consciousness, until you're so thick in your thought process. You just see physical things only. That's only reality. This is real. All the spirits and energies. What are you doing, hippies and all these people? See? Okay, this consciousness is becoming more dense. More. You're going the opposite. You become like a golem, you know, like a stone, a statue. You're just so dense in your thoughts. When consciousness, energy beings that are evolving do the opposite. They don't become more dense. They become less and less and less like mist and fog and ghost-like. Until you don't see them anymore, because you can't see those vibrations in this level. You're so dense and don't believe in nothing, spirit. Wow, you forgot. Most of you forgot. You think I get people asking me, I'm not judging you, Holy One, but when you start seeing a lot of people saying, is God real? I've had one person say, more importantly, is Lucifer real? So, yes and yes. Okay, so, but not from that point of view. But that's their belief. We're just saying from the guardian point of view, this is a race of malevolent, you could say dark. The guardians don't say evil, but we say dark beings, because so you know what vibration they are, and you get an idea of what their agenda is. Usually dominion, or just taking you out, or using you, consuming you. They can't get rid of all of you because they need something to feed off. That would be suicide to get rid of all the energy. They have to perpetuate it. Understand? They have to set up these massive energy absorbing technologies because they don't have spirit. Well, not in that definition of the sense. I mean, like, they're phantom beings. They don't have access to life force current, understand, in the phantom? That's why it is a volatile state. They need to desperately always have sustenance from living beings. At the same time, they can only suck so much from you. They need you alive if they want to keep having an energy source. Of course, if they have a huge bunch of wars on the planet, a whole bunch of depressed people or angry people on the planet, wow, that's a lot of food. There's a lot of demons and darkness and fallen ones, dark avatars, sustaining themselves from your anger, from your hatred. And you call that God. Okay, these beings are consuming you, your joy, your potential, your opportunity, your happiness. Joy, happiness. Okay, these beings are maybe they will suck you dry and go to the next victim, in the next race, the next planet. It looks like a sinister, dark scenario, but Holy Ones, you are light. You have no choice. You do have a choice. See, there we go again. You have a choice, but if you're light and you want to remain light, you have no. Your choice is. Okay, let me word it another way. Your choice is obvious. You're gonna remain light. Your choice is gonna be you're gonna stand in it. You're not gonna change being good and loving and kind. No matter how dark it gets, you're gonna to the end. If there was one, if you're stuck in one, well, to the end, you're gonna be loving and joyous and bringing in this Christ consciousness. And not, light doesn't do nothing. Light shines. Shining light. You shine your light. Whatever happens, you keep shining. You don't despair and lose. You're the guard. You know, it's like if you're in a castle, all the guards at the gate are protecting the others on the planet. We're the guardians who are connecting to these dark ones, able to guard against the dark ones. That's what I mean. You're able, you know the arts, you know what to do, you're learning what to do again. You're part of these abilities. You're going to learn these abilities, guys. You're going to perceive psychic powers. There's going to be a race of you on the planet, on the surface. Not just a small population. A large population of you will start to become psychic. Okay? As we go into a new consciousness, we're trying to bring a new potential on Earth. We already are here. We're shining this consciousness, this fourth dimensional consciousness. We're shining our spirit, our truth. A lot of you Blu-ray vatos, you know, you don't even if you don't understand the advanced stuff yet, you're still, you're being called. I mean, you feel like being drawn to speak, to help. It's a calling. It's an inner calling. You'll feel it. You won't understand it at first, but you want to keep following, not despair, not give up. You are light. Light does not give up. I'm just trying to cheer you on, Vatos. Whatever life is pushing in your face and making you gruel through, just shine love. Keep with loving thoughts. It's actually what will help you out of the darkness. If you can, it's like you have to become an expert at love and have so much shining light and just keep on with these positive vibes against darkness, because it's here. We have our guard, they have theirs. Legions. We have guardian angelic nations. I just told you, 10 million in the freaking Guardian Alliance and 25 billion in the Law of One Guardians in the interdimensional Association of Free Worlds. So obviously Earth is part of that. You're not the center of the universe, look. And realize humans were only created in density 2. I mean, we were created in density 2. Look at all the other beings beyond density 2. So, this is knowledge that will benefit your, you would say, understanding in a lot of relevant topics in the spiritual war. So, I'm not teaching it from like a medium. I mean, we talk about psychic abilities, but in clairvoyance and stuff, but we're teaching everybody how to use your imagination, conscious thoughts, colors, sounds, mantras. You're going to learn the Anahazi language. We're talking about already. Let's do it right now. Some of you who are members, you probably memorized this by now, I hope. The Shaddai Ure. It's a quick little phrase. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. You don't have to be perfect. Just feel it and try it and do it, even if you're alone. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. Try to get a good breath though. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. Feel it in your chest. Feel it right all in here. You're going to feel it. It's something you feel. The resonance, the energy. This is Lyran Anuhazi. Remember, sound is outside of light. It's outside of the hologram. There's those primal sound fields, primal light fields, and you say it 3 times because, or more, you don't have to count them, just keep saying it. You're in bad times, you're in dark energies, and wow. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. and you got to get used to breathing from your diaphragm. You can watch other people who are very knowledgeable about breath work. I mean, we all learn some basic breath work, okay, guys? And you're going to want to learn how to breathe, inhale, exhale from your diaphragm, not from the chest. If you looked at yourself sideways, even have a recording of yourself, or have someone show you, if you're breathing and your chest is going out, well, you got to train yourself to do it from the abdomen. There I go again. You have to. No, you don't have to do anything. I'm just advising, that's all, guys, from my point of view and for what that's worth. And we're learning these techniques correctly, the form and stuff, so we can do it correctly. And it's like some of you are like me. I'm a Virgo, and I'm like a perfectionist because of that. And I'm not into astrology. I just know that's kind of true for me. I found that to be true as a Virgo, that yeah, I am a perfectionist. I gotta know the details. I gotta know all the steps. I gotta know the details. I gotta visualize it. I gotta see it. and I won't stop until I do. I can spend all night, several days. I'll keep doing it until I understand exactly. It's not a Virgo only thing. Come on, but you know what I'm saying. We feel this desire to be accurate, to be 100% as possible, close as possible. I want to know it for sure. I want it confirmed, you know. What's up, Patos? Greetings, Holy One. Virgo. Yeah, September 9, baby. I just feel. Yes, it's a feeling. That's why you'll see me giggling sometimes. It's like some guys will probably say he's gay or something. I'm just being blissful and childlike. You know, you feel like just playing and not, you know, and be innocent in your thoughts about that. You know, come on. It's like you feel like such pure energy sometimes that you do feel like childlike. And like I said earlier, if kids were completely safe and didn't have no darkness, shadow affecting their life that they're learning these patterns in the world, right? Our children are out there vulnerable. But anyways, we're learning how to, you know, what this whole thing is about, so we can protect ourselves against those dark beings, against those demons and fallen angels. Otherwise, you just ignore it, like the love, light, and clueless movement. You know, nothing dark. I mean, no disrespect, okay? Clueless is not a nice word, it's not a loving word, but, you know, love, light, and clueless movement, they don't want to talk about love. I mean, anything negative, I mean, of course, that's all they talk about. You know, love only. Light, light, light. Manifest only light and positive. Yes, but you don't not learn about the dark beings. You know, if Harry Potter didn't start teaching them the defense against the dark arts, you know, if you don't start learning the defense against the dark arts, then hello, Harry knew something needed to be done now, even if you had to be secret. All right? If it ever comes to that point where you have to just practice in the secret again. You know, because you will be, like, pointed at and, hey. So, right now we have the freedom to still say some truth. Realize maybe you should record knowledge that copy, paste, save somewhere. Because that's what's going to be attacked. Light, truth, to the end, baby. Whatever that may be. And maybe your ascension will be painless and, no bad problems, issues, experiences. That would be nice. Not always, though. So we are like optimists. Once you go down the pessimist route, wow, why? That's not manifestation. Aren't you learning manifestation? Bright flame, yep, Johnny Marine. That's how I ended up waking up to exploring over here. Johnny Marine? Really? Thank you for exploring over here, Bright Flame. That's like a brilliant name, actually. And you guys should think about some of the things we say and do and the things that we name stuff and the things that we are interested in. Hello. I was into, like, as a kid, into Excalibur. I'm like, there's something about Excalibur, you know, even as a bunch of adults acting and stuff. As a kid, I still, like, whoa, resonated with this whole story. It's like archetype, you know, you start, like, thinking about dragons and knights and going for the guarding shields, swords and shields. There's someone attacking, there's darkness attacking. We feel like we want to be heroes and protect the light with light. So I was into Excalibur, I was into Merlin, I was into magic, I was into druids and Celtics. Man, there's some history there. And there's some history in Maya, those Mayans. There's some something about Machu Picchu and those Incans. I have a connection there. Some of you got connections in ancient Egypt. You feel the Atlantis. You remember Lemuria. We know what's up. It's like, right? Sometimes plays like a movie screen. HD, IMAX, vatos. It's lucid. Yeah, sword. Jenny Medley. Good to see you again, Holy One. Brian, what's up, brother? Yeah. Brian was my first hangout, man. That was awesome, man. I was so happy to see you. Sonny Merck, what's up? He's curious. He's thinking about it. Miss Horde. Yeah, you can feel it. Yes, definitely necessary, right? 100% for sure. Yeah. Yeah, we do have those feelings. Like, parts of us want to defend so much, but we have to have that. Remember, one of the qualities is grace. We have to be graceful. We can't just go into this mode. It's kind of like old pattern. And we deal with our old patterns. I remember I used to be very, angry person. Not even at people, just like something would piss me off, and I mostly on my computer, because I work with it in my life. That's what I do. Is that some of us are working with computers. A lot of indigos are, by the way, not only, but something would just then I'd get in this anger, profanity, and dark, not dark necessarily, just anger, just feeling and expressing anger, and sometimes enjoying it, like getting good, feeling like, all these twisted thoughts, distorted thoughts. Okay, some of us are able to heal that. We're meant to. We're becoming awakened. Well, you change. You're supposed to. You want to, right? Poria, Shine, much respects. Thank you for being here. Connie Fitzgerald. Uh-oh, here we go. I definitely agree with Christ consciousness. And no sacrifice needed, Holy One. No servitude. But you do not, yeah, I definitely agree about the demons though. So we get some agreement there, and we have like a real spiritual war. These are, think about this, you guys. These are, you would say, they call themselves Luciferians, okay? It's a Luciferian, it's a covenant. It's a membership, okay? They are in agreement about darkness, about dark things, and these are called fallen angels. We even call them fallen angels because it's part of an angelic war. These races, these extraterrestrial beings, have more history than what the Bible talks about. There's more history about Elohai and these angels and the Seraphi and those angels, different angels and beings and avatars, and you would say Elohai is at the solar level. They're called Rishi. You would say the blue flame, the gold flame, the violet flame. There's three holy beings that you would say are collectives. You think of them as plural beings, like the Borg consciousness, but that's how it's normal in higher evolved beings. You're in a collective, not just a singular consciousness. It takes a lot of conscious work to understand these aspects and realizations of yourself and God, but this is a journey. You start it. You don't just pause it and think about it and dwell on it. Maybe, maybe not. You start. You get right into it. So we learn about these aspects. You're learning about Christ consciousness as being a conscious level to obtain, because down in 3D, it's 3D. This is 3D consciousness. And the only reason why we're bringing in 12th dimensional Christ consciousness is because this planet is in, this is a rescue mission, okay? We're trying to bring as many of this consciousness back to ascend. You call rapture, we call ascend, okay? Spiritual awakening is going towards a transmutation, kind of like a, but it will be instantaneous, but like a butterfly that was once a caterpillar, okay? You were on the ground munching on something else, another being, whatever you call it. You know, you talk about eating animals, well, eating plants, they're alive too. Everything is alive, okay? So you can't compare it, okay? You can't say, I'm gonna stop being I'm gonna stop eating animals, but you're eating something else. So what's the answer? Well, you want to become breatharian. Am I a breatharian? Not yet, but you see, you want to develop it. I don't think it's safe to do it in a few days, because some people are trying dry fasting. I'm talking about doing this safely and slowly removing the need. And when you see, there's no answers and solutions for that kind of stuff in those religions. We teach you how to actually use, you're going to realize in the new ages of time after the cataclysm, there's certainly this period of consciousness, this race of people it'll be a new race, because it's like a cycle, and a cycle has an end, a beginning and an end. It is spiritual science, so you can point at a period of time and realize that after a certain ascension cycle, there's a new earth for the people who ascended, raptured, okay, where they literally are immortal. That we can agree on. In the higher fields, you are immortal. These are distorted fields. This is a fallen place. This is not the original state of human consciousness. Yes, up there you are angelic. Down here, we're not acting angelic. We've forgotten. You don't need salvation. You are realizing what has happened in history. You realize these fallen angelic, dark alien beings, demons, are causing this darkness in the world. It's not a something inside you were born with, okay? You weren't born a sinner or something that was born some dark creature. You are actually being a race that was been invaded in your DNA, in your religions, in your thought consciousness. You know, these spirits can interact with humans. When you're not aware of spiritual warfare and spiritual protection, yes, you will see dark beings and entities. Does that mean you're damned? And no, the religion will say you are. Honey, you are part of this. You might have been part of their DNA. See, these beings, religions don't talk about aliens. Maybe the Pope does, but in general, people don't talk about aliens if you're into God, religion. Well, there are aliens we talk about as multidimensionals. You talk about the reality field. This book doesn't. We talk about the reality fields. Okay, and that these beings, this consciousness and body forms and different vibrations, oscillations, okay, these are parts of you. And when you understand the physics of it, you understand the energy parts of it, in that we have this anatomy. It's undeniable. It's not something we imagine. We're not pretending and faking and posing. We feel it. We see these realities. We feel these energies. We direct them. You direct the current. You feel it. It's literal, like Reiki, someone puts their hands on you and you feel the heat. Not some person from a religion. Okay, this is someone who's understanding principles of energy and consciousness, and it's manifest. A proof. If you want proof, go to your city, because I would think almost every city, most of the cities in the world, you can probably find a Reiki master. Many people are learning Reiki. It's real. It's not a Holy Spirit. It's not something outside yourself. It's not in your imagination. You can send it to someone else and they will feel it. Someone you can see, you turn on your fourth dimensional current, you would say your astral vision. If you start activating your fourth strand, you will start seeing what you call spirits. But they're not spirits. It's consciousness. It's multidimensional consciousness. Yes, there are disembodied spirits. We talk about those. But there's also a whole bunch of beings who are communicating with you, called channeling. Are they channeling with all humans? No. They're channeling to the psychic people on the planet. That's the ones who can receive communication from these beings. Okay, you don't need a Ouija board or anything. You have this in your DNA. Okay, some people are playing with those things and don't have no clue of what that's all about, or what these beings are, or what you're attracting into your life. Okay, so when you play with things you don't understand and you think these reals might be real, aren't real, they're very real. And people like us, guardians, or any psychic person, it could be a dark person, like someone who's into the dark arts, anyone who has these psychic abilities are the guard. Your intention, your original intention is to be a guardian. You're an alien, part human, okay? Coming in, being born into the human drama, having these activations turned on. Oh, no wonder these religions are going to try to disempower you, bring you down to you're not perceiving anymore. You're not a guard anymore. You're not able to perceive. Oh, it's demonized. It's wrong. It's evil. It's not evil. You can heal things with your consciousness through your palm chakra and learn what that's all about. Learn about the feet chakra. Learn about this chakra. How about the famous third eye chakra? You're not spiritually ignorant or spiritually sterile, okay, you could call it. You are actually activating. And then there's people saying, oh, it's dangerous to open your chakra. You open chakra to ascend, so advice to close your chakra, that doesn't want you to grow and expand, your awareness and your perceptions. Oh, those are bad. Those are evil. That's Satan. See, I'm sorry, I love you, I don't agree with you. And I don't, so we understand because we perceive. I can't prove that to you. You're going to have to develop it yourself, honey. And actually, when you come to this point and you're understanding, you don't need anyone to believe. You guys, I don't need to convince any of you. I don't need to. I see, baby. Physically, literally, it's a perception, an understanding, undeniable, not faith. No faith required, sorry. You don't realize because you are stuck down here and you're telling people to, this is all you can speak. This is your current. This is your vibration, honey. You are a vampire, a dark being trying to consume with fear and guilt and subservience and blind worship. No, thank you. I love you. And there's healing available to you. But we're going to be just fine without that. You just politely, it's called placing boundaries. Okay, so it doesn't keep coming into, because they're aggressive. They're aggressive. They go out into the world and sending this energy, this consciousness, splashing it all over, man. This is what, no, it's peace. It's happiness. It's wonder. It's beauty. It's love. No condition. It's called unconditional love. You don't have to do this or that or that or that, because you are God inside, not outside. You don't have to reach for that God. What are you doing? See, you're not finding it because it's not there, out there. No. You're right here, man. This is where you realize God. This is where you realize Christ. Okay, it's a consciousness, it's an understanding, it's a realization. And you won't have that realization, honey, until you start learning these potentials, identities, knowing what is God. It is a smile, it is a joy, it is a love, it is not sacrifice. We don't put down women and say you come out of some male, godly male. What's that make you? You fine with that, I guess. That's your choice. No. Women are at the same level. There's no king of the castle. There's no queen of the castle. It's a chihuahua, a part of a whole. Okay, you are one, not lesser. How do you figure that out? Even in chromosomes, how do you figure that out? Okay, you also deny something ancient as millions of years old. Wow. No, it's more than 6,000 years old. There's more time scale, more physics you don't realize, where there's other timelines to consider. Ancient humans are millions of years old, you guys. 560 million years old. Atlantis was real. Lemuria was real. Polaris, Hyperborea, these were real periods of human beings coming from one form to another form. And you're in the middle of that. You still have more life in other alien bodies. You would call them alien compared to us here. I'm not saying you're going to look like an alien great. You're going to look at a different version of human. This is a distortion. Humans now on Earth, you come from Tara, baby. You come from immortality. You fell in your consciousness. Your whole race fell. You're a fallen race. But you're not damned like these dark forces are trying to convince you. No, you have this ability to return. And that's what these teachings are. These are spiritual ascension teachings. Sacred spiritual science. That means effort is required. Not just being loving and good. That's good. But there's more, honey, to ascension. Towards getting out of this reality, because you find yourself here. Why? Why are you down here in this kind of like, well, not kind of, it's unfriendly, it's sort of dangerous, it's kind of dark. We're being conservative, right? So, you want to return. You already were there. You don't need this grace and salvation to go there. You are already there. You're there now. You learn multidimensional identity and consciousness and physics. You won't from that book. Okay? You become aware, just like some of you in chat, some of you making comments, sending me messages. You're feeling realities. It's not part of wow. It's like they diagnose you. Thank you for your diagnosis. No. Okay, they're throwing diagnosis on you, so why? They put a diagnosis on you now they can drug you. Now they can take your free will. Put you somewhere. See? This darkness, you're taking a holy grail, because that's what these races are. Indigo children are holy grail. It's not a glass cup or gold cup, whatever cup. It's not a cup. It's a race of beings. You are the holy grail. Quest for the Holy Grail. Yes, you are the Holy Grail. In these timelines, against the dark illuminated, can you remember those times? Or were you a dark Templar, a Knights Templar? That's a dark one. A dark illuminated one. Maybe you practice black magic. Maybe you make pacts, sigils with your blood, with a demon. Maybe you're into that. Judgment. Repent, judge you to the lake of fire. This is pretty Wakuya, be your brilliance. bring in this Christ consciousness, and wow, you'll just kind of like look at that stuff and say, Mochi, it won't even, it'll be Neo. Again, Neo. The bullets are stopping. Chicas. Yeah! Alright, I always have to end up blocking her because I might just remove her. So. Yep. We got lots of Bible verses too, Holy One. Okay, yeah. Machiwa, if my moderators, if you ever see that person come in, just boot them out. Machiwa. So, you guys, we don't mean disrespect to your beliefs, but people don't respect our beliefs. They'll keep in and speaking and speaking. It's like, whoa, bow, bow, banging, 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 banging. Okay, I love you. Machiwa. Funky Tiger in the house. You're activating your brain when you start doing artwork or some type of creativity, music, dancing, creative, feminine side, magnetic, you know. But people want to deny part of themselves. They want just half of your potential. No, thank you. I want, you know, we're already, because of the distortion in the planet's fields, which is ancient, there's nothing you can do about it. We're here. As soon as you come into the body on Earth, you lose two-thirds of your consciousness. I mean, it's filtered out. 2/3 of your consciousness is filtered out when you go into the fetus. So this is just that. There's still other things blocking you, like DNA blocks. That's just the consciousness that you lose coming in, and then the left. That's what becomes a human. That's what your awareness is, you know. So we learn about the DNA mutation of Earth. There's a DNA mutation that affects all beings, not just humans, all beings, all animals, all life. Johnny Marine. Yeah, that's true. Everyone has you would say, perception, okay? When you think about God, you have something going on here. You're thinking, like, you're someone who thinks about things outside of ordinary life. Not everyone goes there. Like, they try and, like, it's not even interesting for them. They're just into whatever world is giving, you know, whatever the world is. But there's people who think about outside of realities. Even if you don't go into the alien stuff, you just want to talk about God and Christ and all that. Okay, but there's more. Okay, and you have lots of knowledge pouring in that's enlightening people, and you're seeing things differently. So, and what I mean is, when I don't have to convince you of anything, it's because you guys are actually part of the team, man. You're part of the beings that are coming in, incarnating in. It's freaking, even if you don't know how sacred you are, and you might grow into that sacredness, but you don't go around and start acting like, oh, I am righteous and you are not. Okay, you didn't learn anything about law of one or love, unconditional love, if you're still acting that way. You know, if anything, you want to help people, and it's like a drive. And you start acting nice to people, man, for no reason. Protection is the process. Clark Kent, what's up? Hidden, you would say, superhero? Projection, like transmission or out, is a process of misinterpreting what's inside as coming from outside. It forms a basis of empathy. Well, that's what these religions do. they think it's outside. They perceive God is out here, but no, it's coming from inner. And when you don't meditate and don't modulate your airflow or know what that's all about, well, you don't really go there. There has to be a stillness besides some like disaster that suddenly wakens you into some altered state. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this routine of life. So we have this we call the matrix, or the Mayans or the Inca, they call it the Maya illusion. It's all an illusion, like a dream world. Even, what was that shaman called? He was making a series of books, Constanita, I think, and he's trying to teach people consciousness from a shaman point of view. So we're teaching consciousness from this spiritual science. Like, you're combining this, you would say, super advanced, like, diagrams. Like, you look at it, you think you're in some like university class that's complicated mathematics or something, but it really is like profound and complex. So, like, I was so in awe just by seeing that complexity that it drew me like closer to seeking this understanding. And some of you are feeling that, man. You want to know more? Yeah, I feel that. What else is there, brothers, sisters? We can find it. We're gonna do it. I'm not sure about that, Holy One, if they have fruits. I just know that most humans are not eating anymore because you don't need to. And you get the energy from the hollow fields of density 2, dimensions 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6. So we don't need sustenance in that way. We don't need that. So I'm not sure about all life. There must be other life, because there's something close to that, like spoken about by the Corey Good information. Corey Good talks about inner Earth, which is lower than 5D in energy consciousness. It's not as high as 5D because it's more between, like, almost after the 3D. So it's really low in the 4th dimension. So, but that's why inner Earth has got some negative darkness in it. But there's there's more technologies. It's a super advanced society in 5D, and we're living, according to Ashiana, at least, we're living in the law of one. And if there's fruits there, I don't know. That's a good question, but I'm not sure exactly. There might be a need for someone to have fruits, or someone would have fruits or be making fruit trees if someone's making fruit trees. All I'm doing is alerting the streamer, the streamer, and the moderators of what you guys have been saying. I didn't get the whole conversation. Oh, okay. You're talking to someone else. Had you even heard about Jacob Grimberg? Alvaso Josie 15. Hello, Holy One. Thank you for being here. I've never heard of that person. I guess anyone can go check out that name. I'm not sure. Sonny Merck. I guess we have there's no moderators tonight. Brian, any info on grid work? Well, there's something to do with the round tables, the rainbow round tables, and also the advanced information that Ashiana talks about. I'm not talking about that information yet. That's something I myself have to lead up to, like the Tantra Ahura teachings, because there was a split with Ashiana and her partner. So that was just something that happened natural to anyone, right? You could fall out of alignment with your mate or whatever. That's what happened to them, but they both owned the company, so they had to separate. So Ashiana had to make things on her own. So And Tantra Ahura teachings are the most recent teachings. And there's a page, if you go to that website, arius.com, there's a free techniques. I know there's a paywall there, but there's also free techniques that you might as well check out. And then that will answer your question. Funky Tiger, Clark Kent. Oh, it looks like I caught up. Coco Show and Andrew Show. Sorry. No moderators, so I got to catch them myself. Yeah, we're not judging that religion, but we're simply like saying it like out of like people you'll see they don't care, they'll just be rude, even though they're supposed to be good people, right? They're supposed to be nice and friendly, but they're not. They'll just keep on damning you and telling you to repent, that you're horrible, and that, wow, okay, man, okay. So, anyways, you can evangelize. Just you're not going to be sitting here 45 minutes telling us about this, but there's no respect. They don't respect other people's beliefs. They believe that you're a sinner and that you're going to hell, and they just want to rescue you. Okay, so we're saying, hey, no, you're not a sinner. We are already God, and we're fallen state. We need healing. We don't need this. Come on, we have to be damned. No, you're not. And if you are like part of the Anunnaki human hybrid, human reptilian hybrid, you're still not damned, honey. You're part human, right? Well, okay. So you're part human. You can reach those higher levels that the dark beings would love to use against you or to get access to. That's one of the reasons of hybrids. You guys have the gate keys. Understand, the keys are in your DNA. You're actually a race of beings called indigos. Well, you have the keys to the gates. Your consciousness is on the planet. You're part of this guard. People think of it all as some dainty, soft, and gentle. Man, there's freaking... The Guardians have their motherships and their forces. And yeah, it's not just spiritual, it's technological. Because these beings are in the technological. They use technology. They don't have a light Merkaba. They don't have a freaking aura. I'm not talking about humans here in Earth. I'm talking about the phantom beings. When you fall to phantom, you don't have life force current. We have a small percentage of it coming in because there's blocks, but some of that gets through. We get some access. We still have the chakra, but eventually some of it will fall. And this is outside of time space, so it's already happening now. There is a phantom Earth. There is a parallel Earth too. There's an inner Earth. There's a parallel inner Earth. There's a Tara, a Gaia, Armatana. This is, part of our vocabulary now. Bright Flame, we show. Miss Horror. Yes, positive vibes. And even if you guys see like the chat going negative, we still stay positive vibes, man. It really doesn't matter. Then we're just gonna high vibe. We're just gonna high vibe. You ain't touching this. You can say some horrible stuff, some nasty stuff, judgmental stuff, preach and damn and preach, and okay, we're just gonna keep on resin, honey. Keep on vibing, keep on smiling. Yeah, baby. You ain't gonna smile when you're before the Lord and you get dismissed and you're sent to the lake of fire. No. Oh, thank you. Sorry. Oh, I blocked. Put those what do you call it? Boundaries. Put those boundaries in place. You have to sometimes shorten your friend list. Like today. Remove some people from your friend list. You're not a friend, dang. You're not nice. You're not healthy to be hanging around so much anymore. You lose interest in things, including diet. You will just suddenly go into a diet that's a guardian diet, whatever that is. You'll be led. Your thoughts of light, you want to vibrate at light, you love all, well, that will take you somewhere. And you think hate and judgment, that's going to take you somewhere. Love to all holy ones, yeah. Ooh. Because if there's like 50,000 of people watching all these videos, because certainly there's 700,000 watching one of my videos on Instagram, there's a lot of people. Some of them, out of all of those ones, there's some of you who get it and who are benefiting and who are actually changing. And this is what I'm here for, honey. We're doing this, we're learning, and we're learning from each other. You know, we actually are all brilliant, and we all have something to offer. We all have something to contribute. And so just like I'm contributing to Ashiana's and the teachings that she taught us, same as Lisa Renee and Ireland Clark, we're and all of you who are studying in your own private sessions, we're learning. Let those people be negative. Let them be frowning, okay? They don't want to change. They don't want to heal. They don't want to transmute. Well, don't let it ruin your day. Just, you know, you don't have to be rude to them, but in your own energies, you're shrugging off these energies. You're making better choices, better conversations, better relationships. Maybe some of you are perverts and you like sending nudie photos or whatever. Eventually you won't be cussing and profane. You won't be doing perversions. It just naturally, you gravitate. You like the occult. You like darkness. You like messing around with vampires. It's cool. You know, you play the Sims game. The Sims game, it's a kid game. But when you have a sim, you can make it a witch. You can make it a zombie. You can make it a vampire. You can make it whatever the hell you want. You know, but okay, you go to TikTok and billions of people are looking up witchcraft and the occult and think vampires are cool and spells are cool and okay, I'm not judging you either. This is law of one. All are one. You are one. You're God too. But you're gonna be one of those ones attacking, sending energy, not nice thoughts, hate, horror, perversion, disgust, dark shadow. Okay, it brings disease. It brings virus. I can't say those keywords. It brings bad stuff. Okay, bad spirits, negative spirits, wicked spirits. You mess around, you like to play with things, and you're into looking at all these dark shit. It turns you on, maybe, you know. Okay, that's for you, but don't put that on us. We're on a journey of awakening and transmuting that sewage, that garbage. Okay, we're going. You know, people say Pisces going into this new Aquarius. Well, you see, there is supposed to be some change. You know, you would think humans would want to improve. We have these ideals of what would be the perfect society, but man, do you see it? Even in America, we're talking from America. Do you see it? You know, we're so mighty, huh? We're so great. So we're like in a spiritual war, and it's on many levels, you guys. So if you're not cleansing and transmuting and actually living a more Christ-led lifestyle, guardian lifestyle, not a religion point of view, an energy, vibration, high vibe point of view, a goodness, a niceness, friendliness, you know, maybe it's not cool to be nice and good for you. You like being dark. Okay, you're God, you're sovereign. You'll be dark then. Go be dark, honey. We're gonna be okay being loving and transmuting. You spend time transmuting. I'll spend time. Maybe some of us were just meant to, like the catfish in your fish tank. We're just here to keep cleansing and changing this energy in this, you know, stage of life. We're gonna transmute without being credited. We don't need credit. You know, like all those heroes in the world who are never acknowledged. We don't need to be acknowledged. Okay, we're bright light, and you become like one thing I like about Lisa Renee, even if you don't agree with her, she is strong in her light, man. She knows, she stands in her power. We need to be able to do that. All of us need to be able to stand in our power and not be wavered from any negative people. If they're preaching, they're dark, they're negative, they're judgmental, they're vampiric, negative. Let go. You stand. You're impervious. Stand in strength, man. Just know that light is what you are empowered with. And light empowers you. Light is powerful. You are light and you're going to stand in it. You're not going to waver. Don't waver. you're in some pretty dark shit. Well, don't waver. No fear. Even though that book will teach you fear, don't you let go of that fear. You transmute fear into light. Okay? You need to connect to a holy being. Well, that's you, your higher part. You connect to it. Then have that strength. You are that strength. You are that identity. Pull it in. You are that being. You're learning these ways. You're learning this energy. You're learning this consciousness, this knowledge. I have a new mantra to you. I am knowledge. Say that to yourself 3 times. I am knowledge. I am knowledge. Now, if you want to put some word in front of knowledge, like a certain type of knowledge, do that. I am Christ knowledge. I am Christ knowledge. I am Christ knowledge. Understand? Positive magic, positive spell, a positive conscious thought, a positive vibration, a positive relationship, a positive religion, spiritual belief. Not anger, not vibration. Doesn't that even get old? Don't you get tired of this mutation? Okay, we don't like that vibe. We want to go and hang out and be friendly, and there is no judgment. There's no alternative motives. They're just like sweet and peaceful and telling these cool stories about these powers and visions and, oh, I saw these guardian races. I saw that demon. Oh, I felt that succubus. You know, just hanging out with no judgment and just growing in knowledge, growing in light, in brilliance. What would happen to society if it was like that? Can you imagine? Machiwa. Inner alchemy, holy ones. Sorry, I'll Rachel show, Nixo show. Okay. All right, you're so beautiful. Look at you. Clark Kent, everybody's preaching. You're preaching. We're all you would say, recognizing the spiritual war, and we're talking about both sides, the guardian side and their side, and not judging. If you want to call that preaching, go for it. We're going the positive route, okay? The kindness route, the loving route. The Ascension glossary, yeah, that's part of her wiki. Yeah, the world control structure. Yeah, because she's speaking like modern, like 2022, right? Oceana's been quiet for like 12 years. Not 12 years. About 10 years. 2016, maybe less. So maybe this just 7 years, something like that. I was thinking 2012, but I realized some of the information is from 2016. Some of her latest stuff. But publicly, no, she hasn't been around publicly, except for Carrie Cassidy's videos. And that's just an interview. It wasn't like, well, she was still teaching. The coming of Christ is both inward and outward. I'm not sure if I would agree with that, because the Guardians tell us that we lose in the future timeline. If you stay on this timeline, the Draco and the insectoid greys, they take over. So I wouldn't agree with that. Some people will ascend, but it looks like it won't be a global ascension like most people hope for, right? More like a individual ascensions going on. Individual ascensions who do the work. I mean, it's same with this other Ismail Perez saying there's going to be a global ascension. Sorry, that's brilliant. That's great, but no. Okay, this is not manifested. It's not manifested. Look, it's not manifest. Okay, even if we want Christ to return, Christ consciousness, you're talking about a global ascension. Christ consciousness is an individual thing. We are all connecting to that of energy field or not. Through principles of that consciousness as an energy that you have to actually learn how to run that current, Do you have an idea or a perception, a visualization of connecting to that energy? What is that energy? What is that consciousness? What are the characteristics? What does it look like? What does it, feel like? So this is something that is tangible too, not just some lofty concept. That would be great if everyone came on earth and there was Christ. Okay? This is a 12th dimensional consciousness, and we don't go against law of one. We don't go against free will. They don't come and wipe out all the dark beings. We would love that. That's a great concept. Sorry, honey. These beings can take over. They have taken over. They have destroyed us more than once. Okay, they can. The guardians just don't come down and wipe them all out. It doesn't work that way. Okay, sometimes the darkness wins. They have won before. They have taken over parallel. Okay, they have taken over parts of the inner earth. They are taking over here. They will take over. So it's not so such a return you're thinking about. It's part of the population. Part of the population is trying to reach as many people as possible. So we can wish and hope for global. That would be great. Does it manifest? Does it show? Does it look like it? Look in the politics, look in the churches, look in the religions, and you tell me what you see. Do you see this change of real, true Christ consciousness? Is that real Christ consciousness there? Is it global? Is it happening in a large, billion? You think it's 100 million, maybe less? So let's be a little bit understanding of waiting for the Christ revelation in the sky. But it's like hello. You are not immortal beings. You die to ascend if you're gonna ascend. If you're gonna ascend, you're gonna die first, and then go through transmutation through the fields, and also you're learning slide techniques. It's consciousness. It's energy. You are learning consciousness and energy, and you perceive it. You see the Earth's energy and consciousness. You go outside of time space. You see future events. You learn what these other histories are. We've already been told the future. We already know what's going to happen. Okay? If they're taken over, how did Christ win? The guardians lose. Sometimes the guardians get wiped out. Sometimes Christ consciousness gets wiped out. We lose sometimes. We have lost. We've been genocide before. They took out the Cathari. Okay? They took out the other race and wiped us out in Atlantis and Lemuria. They're powerful beings. They win. Not always this false hope, this picture. We have to realize it's about energy. It's about consciousness, and you are like putting in some type of you have this vision, and then those people who are actually psychic, like people who are posers, who say, oh, this date, I see this date. And if you look at the past 20 years, you can search it. People's prophecies in the past 10 years. People's dates, like the Mayan date. People say this, they say that, and what? It didn't happen. Why? Yes, dance is a very powerful magic from my experience. Haha. Yeah, you're right. This is actually one of the things I love to do is go to these drum circles. And it's usually like a tribe of us. We're like, it will start with like maybe 10, 15 people. But by the end of the night, it could be over 100 people there. And it's usually way outside the city grid. You would say somewhere in nature. Now, they do it on full moon or whatever. Doesn't matter, because as long as you're getting together, and we usually have people, we request people, we ask people, please anyone bring firewood. So a lot of people end up bringing firewood, and we put it in the big fires while some people are drumming around us in this group, and it's so freaking awesome. So definitely there was a lot of dancing to this, and it's like an experience. Ritual and ceremony actually, it's a way of moving your consciousness and it's connecting, you would say. a way of like expansion. And so when I saw drum circles and involved in drum circles and dancing like this, man, there was all walks of life. There was serious people, there was fun and laughing people, there was women, men, children, all kinds of people, but they were all digging the freaking drum circle, man. And I'm speaking from experience from Las Vegas, but I'm sure other drum circles have a lot of excitement too. Sunny show. Yeah, drums. And there's a shaman drum. You hold it right here. Boom. 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 And I've been to a few of these retreats, kind of like spiritual retreats. Because when you guys are going through this in your life, because you know there's not a lot of people doing it. We're kind of like the weirdos in the world, they think. And so we have to go look for spiritual groups maybe, and try to check them out, you know, because you're going to get some weirdos, right? But you get some people who are connecting to the darkness, connecting to vampires, connecting to witchcraft. Okay, well, we're just trying to vibe with positive people. But you'll have people with alternative motives. But for the most part, I just saw positive stuff. I mean, one time I saw some people come in all regalia. They had a staff, like they had a whole costume, and they were like, whoa, doing some type of spell. And you can say people were taking advantage of our energy. So we have to like sometimes say something, because there's always going to be someone who wants to start some yelling or argument. And it's like, dude, it's like, you guys, if you don't vibe this way, why are you even here, right? But some people would do fire burning. Let me change my battery. It's my battery. This is a neuron, a brain neuron. It looks like these beings that I've seen before, but they were made of pure energy, but they look like this. And they would move. They were floating, and I don't know how you describe it, but there's no like land and stuff. There's just a different reality field with different physics. Okay, this has happened before. Let me turn on my camera off and on. Oh, what the hell? Sorry, guys. All right, we're good. I gotta make sure I don't sit on my own glasses, right? Because they've already been sat on. Yeah, you always want to be mindful. And actually, I literally took this incense resins everywhere I went, because that's one of the things I would always use in my, spiritual defense. That's why I talk about it a lot, and it's very potent to have around you. And plus, prayers always help. Like I said, the person asked earlier about prayer, and we talked a lot about it tonight. So it's connecting to your higher parts, and you realize it's a family. Your personal Christos family. And there's a whole bunch of versions that are more advanced than you that you can learn from. It's not some entity outside yourself, it's you. The religious people won't understand this. And that's okay, they don't have to. They don't perceive it until they do. One day maybe they will, or not. Candace Wood in the house. What's up, Holy One? How are you doing, Candace? Haven't had Nathan. Welcome, Holy One. Haven't had alcohol for 7 years. One of my family who doesn't drink. But they are good about it. Well, congratulations. I know that, what did you call, that's some energy that they call it, you notice they even call it spirits, alcohol. Usually that's kind of like interfering with psychic perception. So it doesn't mean it's impossible, but it's kind of like drugging your psychic perceptions, you could say. Now, some people, may not experience that, but generally speaking, love you too, sister. What's up? Some positive vibes in the house. Oh, when we're in our mother's womb? Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Some people remember that, right? They can remember back to their, to the womb. Actually, I think Ashiana talked about this. In her own, she had something bad happen during her, well, not really. It was herself. She was trying to pull herself out of, because she was, well, this is public, so it's not like it's a gossip. I believe she saw who her mother was going to be, or her consciousness realized who her mother was going to be in the moment. Of course, she knew this before. I'm just saying, in the moment, she was afraid of this person because this person was very mean to her in a previous life, but it was her mother in this life. And she tried to pull herself out of that fetal integration, but the guardians... It's her personal story, but she's also talked about her out-of-body experience. Actually, it's a near-death out-of-body experience. So that actually activated her when that happened. And that can activate some of you guys. If you had a near-death experience, she explains that when you go out of your body like it was near-death, you're bringing in some of your third eye, your sixth strand, or fifth strand. So. Angels in drag. Achiwa. Spittin' Justice has some positive vibes. Sunny Merc. Check it out, vatos. Just what's your thoughts on CE5? What does CE stand for? Is that one of those tag words that are not allowed? The practice of contemplation seeks a direct awareness of the divine. That's right, because that's why I stress stillness, because so many people don't. We're actually kind of like being trained to be cybernetic, multitasking, and not even coming close to stillness. It's like many people can't stay still for very long. Like you'll see it in our own kids. Like I see it. We see it in society. People are, like this. And you go to a nice restaurant, like a family, and they have to keep doing this. We're used to that. We're not judging anything. What we're saying is we're seeing a healing that is needed. And you can't go into stillness, you guys. You can't, how do you expect to connect to this greater version of yourself? You have to stop. Learn how to breathe, learn how to go still, learn how to be in stillness. That sounds so boring and dumb. See? This is not, this consciousness is it even aware? Is it even, part of some higher self? Because you separate it, being stuck in the matrix, just being in the technology and the machines and the physical hard stuff, it's very limiting. You won't go very far in your awareness. You can't even sit still to do it. That's not interesting for a lot of people. Even trying to do yoga is weird and bizarre and no thank you. You don't have to go to extreme discomfort in yoga. You can do calm, peaceful. Actually, there's something called yin yoga that is very gentle. If you worried about stretching or doing something to hurt yourself, or you think it's too extreme, well, try yin, Y-I-N, yin yoga, which is the gentlest yoga. So, besides that, trying to come to a stillness is very important, guys. Yeah, the body, but also the mind. A lot of people are dealing with the mind. Boredom equals lust, and contentment with godliness, great gain. People are so used to scrolling on the phones and overstimulation. Yeah, that's what I mean. They can't stop stimulating. And actually, on top of that, they'll do energy drinks and whoa, you know, there's like something actually beyond beta waves, like upper. You're going like farther and farther from this theta state or whatever, a calm state of stillness and reflection, and it's like a divine intellect. Like you're connecting to fourth dimension. That's the future. I show you, it's the future. The fourth dimension consciousness. Oh, I don't have these diagrams open, do I? I'll fix that. Fourth dimension. Okay. This is people's consciousness. 1, 2, 3. These are humans. If you come in with, say, 5 strand or 6 strand, you're not human. What I'm saying is you're a star seed that's coming in to help the earth seeds. You're a star seed from actually Rishi level, or Ascended Master level. This is an indigo child that you put on Ritalin and sent to a shrink. Okay. Way beyond angel. Okay. But they come into the, they come in with this indigo child DNA turned on at birth. At birth. Even though you don't know it or remember it, and you might end up being like drawn away from it, you have these connections. This is not human DNA. This is human DNA. 1, 2, 3. Red aura, orange aura, yellow aura. Consciousness. Well, you guys are coming in with more. A lot more. These beings are more evolved. They come from futuristic worlds where they're immortal. There's lots of guardians in these fields. Okay? So we're in the Syrians, the Pleiadians, the good ones anyways. There's bad ones. Just like good human, bad human. And the future humans are called Turnesium, which has to do with being able to move in and out of density 2, density 3. You're a Tura. T-E-U-R-A, Tura, Turnesium. We're not angelic humans yet, but we will be. We're some type of creature that dies, and we're called incarnates. And you got this concept of a soul, but the soul is a higher consciousness than the earth. These are 4th dimension, 5th dimension, 6th dimension. Okay, so this is what we're dealing with. Humans down here. And you came from Tara. Now there's something called inner earth and all this crap in parallel earth. Okay? And then some shadow earth, phantom earth. Dark beings that go all the way up to the 11th dimension. Your fallen angelics, your demons, your reptilians, your and Jehovians. Oh, nice God. No, not dark principles, dark teachings, and So, and then there's the seraphim. These are dragons. Oh, nice. Insect, dino, reptiles. Draconians. Oh, they may splice themselves with humans. Now we got a human lizard. We got chupacabras now. We got other kinds of creatures and things. And there's other races like the Adedicron, which are like gargoyles. Birds with wings. I mean, reptiles with wings. And then these serpent creatures and things being worshipped by some of you, like the Inky. Sorry. Like the Inky, Anunnaki. They're scaled reptile hominids, dude. Oh, that's the Inlo. These guys are serpents. The Inky are serpents. Lolitan family produced the Luciferian concept. It's an extraterrestrial thing, not a human Earth thing. Nice creatures. No, they're not nice. So you have these holy books? No, it's not holy. It's a falsehood, a false creed. From these, look how high these beings are. 10th dimensional consciousness, and here you are with your ideas, worshiping, being convinced by these beings, fallen Elohim, being convinced that they are your creator God. And they sure do act like it. What is this? I guess I don't have that one open, so. Oh, yes, I do. I see it. Since I don't have these open, these are people's precious beliefs. This is why we have this darkness in the world, because of false religions, false truth, telling you it's the real deal when it's actually not. It's the antichristic creed coming from those dark avatars that I just showed you. So no, I gotta do this right now because that's the way it's set up. But this is what we want here. This is what is really God. What is really spirit, love, consciousness, law of one. It's the original intention of God. You understand from that diagram, darkness goes up to the 11th dimension. Well, obviously it's not the original intention. We're all God, but we don't. What do you call? Say it's okay to be, hurting and harming people. We don't condone what the darkness does, but we point it out to you so you understand what's actually, a different idea of what you're worshiping. It's not about worship, honey. It's about finding inside yourself God and Christ. Like knowing that this is a reality field. You don't even talk about reality, you religious people. You don't know how to. You have no concepts of other worlds and dimensions and things. That stuff is not entering your dialogue. In your mind, you don't talk about aliens and planets and spirits that are actually aliens. Demons are reptilians. If you look at a picture of a reptilian, what does it look like? What does that reptile lizard creature look like? What is that serpent, Inky, Enlil, Sumerian god, Jehovah god, whatever god, Zeus, Apollo, Odin, whatever god. Did you notice they're all angry? Oh, you think you're the only angry god? No. There's many angry, wrathful, vengeful, warlike gods who hate and make desolation. Do they not? They're blowing up things and it's all because of God did it. Oh, wow. Call bullshit. BS. I call BS. No. Look. Law of one. Check it out. Check out the reality from a greater, I showed you. Okay? Let's see you talk about reality. It's only heaven and hell and earth. No. There's more. I see more. I remember more. I see now. I can see you, holy ones, machiwa kaietes. Okay, you perceive, so you hear people saying they go out of their body. You hear people saying they saw this and that all over the world, and that's just in English. Why don't you start doing Russian searches in their language? Go look at French language. Use Google Translator and find your same searches in other languages. It's happening all over the world. Go look at YouTubes in other languages. Look at their videos, what they say about this stuff. It's not just English-speaking people, it's people all over the planet who are having experiences and seeing guardian races, seeing aliens, seeing reptiles in people's eyes, in their faces. There's this real... you don't talk about psychic powers, you don't talk about awakening, you don't talk about these realities that are being... there's witness, there's testimony. So you don't have to believe, and we don't need you to believe. We are realizing it. You are awakening yourself, or not. You are remembering or not. I'm gonna be finishing, you guys. It's 8:30, so I gotta wrap this up. But I'm so glad I did my live today. I'm glad you guys were here, and we'll be pretty regular lives on this channel. Usually 5:30 to about now, So 2 to 3 hours we'll be talking about consciousness. So if you like what some of you have heard today, we'll have moderators, because there's a lot of negative people tonight, but we'll have some moderators in the house, don't worry. This won't go amok. But we stand in our light, and we talk a lot about these aliens and angels and demons. There's a lot of information from Ashiana. Man, there's a lifetime of work. There's volumes of work. Okay? If you don't like the way I talk about it, go watch one of our sisters. Maybe you'll appreciate more feminine energy, okay? Because there is the speaker one, Ashiana. There's Lisa Renee, if you want to check out her work. And there's also Ireland Clark. I don't mind sending people their way. Just realize that we're all here to learn and ascend. We're trying to reach as many people as we can. We're going to have ignorance attack. We're going to have darkness attack. We're going to have trolls. You can expect it. We're light. And the message was tonight is keep shining your light, honey. Don't be deterred. Okay? Also, don't react in a negative way towards their attack. Just love. And you have to sometimes gently just block people. Sorry. Okay? So we don't need to have trolls. We don't need to be victimized, you could say, and have this, they're trying to get some negative thing going on. And if that ever happens, we'll just, block everybody and don't have live chat. But we don't want that. That would be kind of boring. So, if anything, we'll just have private sessions and share them on, because they can't say nothing there. There's censorship, but we can take it off of their platforms. We're already having activity on other platforms. You put your eggs in more than one basket. I love you guys. Peace and love to all you. Bright flame, look at you. All right, love that positive energy. Alviso Josie 15. You guys are awesome, and love yourself, and love the people around you, and explore your consciousness, expand your consciousness, and don't give up. Shine your light. Keep shining your light, Vato Locos. Yeah. Peace. Check out my other videos, Vatos. Push the join button. Find me on Patreon. The link is in the description. You want to hit me up? Write me on Instagram or my Gmail or Facebook. Peace, Vatos. Namaste, homie. Yeah. I still have a smile. Yeah. Send that shadow, okay? Transmute. Peace. Namaste, homie. Vato Locos. Ha ha ha.